Well, it's the American dream. Work hard, invest, retire, and leave a legacy of generational wealth. But for many Americans, that dream is still unattainable. One of the largest roadblocks to wealth building is lack of access, and much of it is systemic. It hits so many Americans, but statistics prove it does hit the most marginalized the hardest. Let's bring in Joe Cecala, who is trying to help change that. He's the founder and CEO of the first Black-owned stock exchange, which is called Dream Exchange. So first, Joe, thank you so much for being with us. Explain what a stock exchange actually means.
Yeah, great question. And thank you for having me. People think of the stock market. The market goes up, the market goes down. There's a lot of people investing. The organizations that really control that activity are stock exchanges. There are 7 of them in the United States right now. We'll be the 8th. And really what we do is 2 things. One, we help to form capital. We help people reach the public markets, the general American investing public. That's called an IPO. And we also regulate how the buying and the selling of stocks is done every day. When you see all those guys hollering at each other and on telephones and working in the pits, we're the regulator to make sure it's a fair and equal opportunity so that all investors are treated properly, and all the investment banks and large money centers are actually following the rules of our stock exchange.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the fact that there are 7 stock exchanges. Dream Exchange will be the 8th. So how was this platform actually created?
So we are, I've been at this for 17 years. So my background, I was one of the people who helped organize the first electronic stock exchange 27 years ago. And in the last 17 years, the big problem that we've seen is small companies really not being able to reach the public markets. So we did a lot of research. We've published our research in Oxford University's handbook on IPOs. And over the years, we've really, and now we've built a state-of-the-art electronic stock exchange with some of our partners. And that's been the evolution for 17 years. But primarily, it was born from mine and my partner, Dwayne Kyles, who worked in a lot of small minority-owned businesses, and we saw the problems that they were having. And it's a very difficult environment to raise capital if you're a small business, let alone a small minority-owned business.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a difficult environment, across the board. To talk about the significance, I mean, here it is, 2024. This is the first ever Black-owned stock exchange.
Yeah, we're organically a seat at the table. So, we have probably about 75 or 80% of our investor base are accredited Black investors. We have a board that's now being growing board of Black business people, and we're a truly diversely staffed company. So it's a seat at the table. My business partner, Dwayne Kyle's father, was literally on the stairway of the Lorraine Motel at the moment Dr. King was assassinated, because they were on their way back to their home for dinner that night. So when we say Black-owned or minority, we are the community. We're organically coming in communication with the business owners and constituents that really need to use the tool of a stock exchange. They've been around in our country for 230 years.
And Joe, I want to point out, because some people hear that and immediately they're interested. Some people hear this and they're turned off. This is Black-owned, but this is open to anyone.
That's correct. So we're here to solve a problem in the nation. And the nation is that if you're a small company owner and you have a great idea, you have to really have a great Rolodex of investors, or you really have to organically grow and be so profitable right away that you can't expand. And that is a colorblind problem in our nation. It happens to be a bit more pronounced in the minority communities, but we're here for everyone. If you have a good idea, you have an imaginative company, and you're doing well, we want to help you form the capital you need to expand your business and reach the public. See, this is what's vital. This is different from the private markets. This is different from getting angel investors or venture capitalists. This is a place that was the backbone of our country for decades. We used to have hundreds and hundreds of small companies going public, and now we have 6 or 10 a year.
Right.
So we're here to make an impact on that for the whole country. Our country needs small business. and it needs the investing wealth creation that comes when you invest at an earlier stage in a public company. You build your wealth, the company builds employment, they have stable career path jobs, and people become wealthier and more prosperous. That's the real goal. After 60 years of civil rights wins, sometimes we've fallen on our face, but the final chapter of the civil rights movement is being written now. And that chapter, prosperity. We want to bring prosperity to all communities in the country so that we have a more stable society. So it's a bigger mission than just a stock exchange. It's a vocation for myself and my staff and my business partner, Dwayne. So we love what we do, and I think we're going to make a major difference in the coming years in the whole country. The country needs us, and it's an idea whose time has come.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.